Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. As I'm sure most of you are aware, version 0.20.0.162 to be precise is out now. I have most of my mods up and running. I'm still gonna be recording a few videos. I have a few videos coming up that were recorded under the old version 0.19, and not all my mods are up and running yet, unfortunately. So we're gonna be a little bit limited. Mainly remote tech isn't working right. The Kethane mod is not working right, but there's a couple of really cool new parts. There's this, which is basically the official version of the observation module here. This is one of the new parts here today. We got a lander can, which is a one-man lander can. This module here happens to have what I believe is just about the coolest IVA I have seen. I'm gonna have to put one of these on pretty much every station. There's flags now. We're gonna actually plant a flag today, but well, you can't really tell, but it's pretty sweet. As you can probably tell, it would be sweet if there were anything to look at. What else was added? They optimized the game. Apparently uses like 30% less memory, which is good. I mean, it doesn't really utilize the memory particularly efficiently in my opinion anyway, but I guess it's 30% better now. And there are a couple of new engines, I guess. It's going to be hard to tell which engines are new and which ones are not. Out of this stuff no, that's one of the mod parts. Here we go. This is one of the new engines. This is basically a small version of the mainsail. It's meant for space. There's some new... What else is there? There wasn't a whole lot added. The most important thing, probably, in my opinion, is this seat, which is pretty neat. So we'll be able to build some actual rovers that are more practical than the huge hulking ones that I've been building. Like I said, the remote tech stuff's not working right now. It was mainly parts that were from the Kerbal Space Program expansion thingy, because the woman who made that actually got hired by the team, so most of the parts were from that. So there's not really a whole lot of exciting new stuff aside from this thing being here officially now. I guess there were a couple of... No, these weren't even exactly new either. There were a couple of new probe bodies, but these were pretty much already in that too. They just look a little fancier, have nicer text. That is a really big processor. These things do not... Kerbals have apparently not invented the microprocessor. Now, I had to patch the subassembly loader, so it's over here now. I have not designed my own mission flag yet. We haven't done any of that stuff. But we are going to go ahead and check out probably the most practical thing that they've done, which is a revamp of the tracking station. You can now... a lot of this stuff is in episodes that have not come up yet. These satellites and stuff. You'll see those in future updates. But you can search by probe, rover, what have you. Makes things a lot easier here. Now we actually want to go to bases, and we're going to go up to the polar base here. And we are going to go on a little adventure to try to find as exact the North Pole as possible. The time that we're going to be using this polar base is going to be shutting down pretty soon. I don't know if they fixed the bug where those panels explode yet or anything, but yeah, that's why those panels are messed up. Let's go ahead and bring out Jebediah, because he's the man. He's gonna have to be returning probably up to the Kerbal Space Center at some point, so we're gonna need him for some space stuff at some point. Let's have him run on over here. It does seem like it runs a little bit smoother here, I gotta say. The optimization appears to be true, because I remember it used to chug a little bit just with my little base here, but that seems a lot better. No, we don't really need to look at the debris. And we will bring out Bob. Why the hell not? There we go. We are going... Now, I want to check something before I do anything here. How do I actually plant a flag? Okay, I just do it that way. Okay. Want to make sure there wasn't anything special I needed to bring before I go on a really long rover drive here, because this rover does not utilize the newer wheels. That was one of the things that they added, newer wheels that are more tolerant to higher speeds, which actually are quite a bit better. I'm gonna have to redesign this rover with those things in mind, but pretty much at this point, I don't know why I'm going to. I'm going to retract the ladder because it bothers me that it's like that. Get the lights fired. I said let's get the lights fired up. And I'm going to head off towards the North Pole. I'm pretty sure we can kind of see the texture being messed up right there. So that's kind of where I think we got to go. We just need to get to the point where it's 90 degrees. And then like every single latitude or every single longitude at once. Whichever one. All of them at once. So I'm going to cut here. I'm going to go driving. We're going to go try to plant a flag up at the pole. So I will be back when we start closing in on what I believe is the actual pole. Right, we are slowly but surely closing in on our target here. I'm going to do some physical time warping again. I've been doing this most of the way up. It's been working pretty well. Pick up some decent speed, and I disabled the middle two sets of wheels in terms of steering and in terms of power, and actually with that, this thing's pretty power efficient now. So we are very close. We're like 45, 0.45 out or so. Not too far to go at all here, man. Now, what I'm expecting to happen is when we cross over that pole, we should see this thing flop around and say we're going south then. Is what I'm expecting. Now, it's going to be a little hard to be like uber super duper precise in my actual measurement of where the precise pole is, because the instrumentation on this is just not accurate enough. I don't have a mech jeb installed or an ISA thing, which was an oversight. Mark II, I need to make sure I have both of those things, because mech jeb would give me the correct surface information and whatnot. But unfortunately, I don't have it. So we're just making do with as close as we can. And the texture seems different here. I don't know. Sun's looking all fancy over there. I enjoy the pole. Eventually we might need to get down to the South Pole just to check it out. These are good little test bed areas, you know. This rover is actually performing very well. The only changes I really need to make to it, like I said, is add those two things and change the wheels over, maybe. Although they've been doing better than I thought they would do, so I had to give some thought to whether or not I actually want to go through the trouble of switching them out, because although technically the other wheels, I guess, are better for higher speeds, these ones are doing just fine at the speeds that this thing is doing. So I don't know. Gonna have to give that some serious thought. Alright, we are definitely closing in super duper close now. So we are gonna stop time warping. Holy crap, it feels like we aren't even moving anymore. Now, try to keep that as close to 0 degrees down in the heading as I can, although the rover is drifting horribly in here. Did we just flip over? No, we didn't. For whatever reason, the controls seem to get a little bit squirrely when you're in the map view. That happens with most vehicles. I don't really know why that is. I can't tell you how many planes I've lost control of. Because, oh, we'll check the map real quick, and then you come back and the thing's flying out of control. Did the game just freeze? Well, it would seem that the Deep Space Kraken may have taken up residency on the North Pole instead of Santa Claus, because the game definitely did crash in a strange way where it didn't like hard crash to desktop or anything. I just couldn't it minimized to the desktop. The game said it was still running. The task manager didn't say it wasn't responding or anything, but I couldn't bring it back up. It was very weird. So we're going to take it a little easy with the time warping and try to get as close as we can. If it happens again, I guess we'll probably just have to call this close enough. I don't know what happens when I get to the pole. I've flown over the pole before and it seemed fine, but I don't know. It seems a little bit funky around here right now, but definitely closing in here. Let's stop every once in a while, quick save just in case too. I did quick save a couple of times on the way here, so I didn't lose a lot of driving progress, which is always good because that's never fun. In fact, let's stop and do a quick save right now and check how we're doing here. Alright, not that long to go now. Like another teensy tiny bit. So I was right, the textures, you know, where they meet there, that is the North Pole apparently. I don't know if we're going to be able to see that really from the ground, that weird texture thing. Let's zoom out here a little bit and get a look. Yeah, doesn't particularly look like I can see it from here. So we'll just have to make do with whatever we can figure out. These textures look better than they used to. I don't know. I do not know. It's funny how long this thing takes to coast to a stop. Alright, so we're like basically here. It's gonna be like right over here somewhere where my mouse is. Probably get out of the time warp just to be on the safe side, even though it makes everything slow as molasses. Alright, I'm not really gonna drive from that view because things get chaotic when I do that. It seems like I was saying before the game froze before. So we'll just take it nice and easy here. I want to see that thing whip around to the south and we'll stop. Alright, I'm not driving, I'm letting off the accelerator, so we should be good. And we're basically right on top of this thing. Yeah, this is the first really long drive. Well, I did a fairly long drive to go pick up crew members, but this is the longest drive I've done with this rover. And it's the first time I've driven it this far with the middle wheels disabled, and it handles really nice. I like this. I'm not going to change this design too much. I was thinking about putting a different module on this and stuff, but I actually like it with the lander can and stuff because it looks pretty sweet. It's good for driving. Although I cannot see that whatsoever, and I need to fix. I just realized when I reloaded this, I have these docking ports on here so I can kind of tell my heading a little bit. Those get screwed up apparently when I do that. Right. Oh, I just saw it happen. It just happened. Alright, let's stop this bad boy. Stop, stop, stop. And back her up. Why can I not back her up? Alright, so we're going to go pretty slow. Try to pay attention to where it exactly happens. Easy does it. And like I said, really the north-south thing is really the only relevant thing because everything else, I mean, it's all at once. Alright, switched around, brakes on. So right about where that white patch is there, so let's go ahead and set the parking brake so this thing doesn't accidentally run away in some stupid fashion. Let's go ahead and extend the olden ladder, and Jebediah can come on down. He's gonna have the honor of actually putting the flag there, but I'm gonna bring them both over just for the heck of it. I had to drive this thing all the way back too. These guys' mission isn't quite done up here. I know there's an anomaly near my base that I want to go investigate before we send these guys home. I'm going to leave a base up here for periodic research stuff, but it's going to pretty much be unmanned in the future. Oh, what the heck? He fell over because he hit the pole. Alright, well, we officially know that he's there then, I guess, because he fell over. He tripped over the North Pole. Get Bob down here as well for a nice little publicity shot. The rover's a little far away, but it'll be in the background just fine. That's kind of funny that they fall over when you reach the pole. I like that. So we'll have Bob stand like right around here. Oh, that's so weird if I just walk around in an exact circle. We'll have him stand like... Whoa, he fell over too. Ooh, whoa, it's crazy here at the pole. Hopefully nobody dies in some mysterious fashion from this. I'm just trying to walk over there. Okay, let's walk over here. We'll swing a little wide of it. Just, oh, it happened again. This is insane. Okay, we got this. Alright, Cool beans. You will stand there looking like an idiot. And Jebediah, you're going to bust out the flag since you're pretty much there. Let's go ahead and plant this bad boy. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, man, it's even got the little thing. That's pretty awesome. I think it was just flapping from a movie. Okay, so the site name is the North Pole. Oh, I have my caps lock on from my precision. Let's fix that. North Pole. And let's say Jeb was here. Is our plaque text. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to line up a nice shot here of everything if I can. Assuming nobody else falls over like an idiot. Alright, that looks pretty good. These flags are going to be pretty fun, I gotta say. I'm actually pretty excited about flags. Do they have a purpose? Not really. But does anything have a purpose? No. Life is pointless in most ways, I guess is what I was saying. So yeah, there we go. That's going to probably be the screenshot today. Maybe that. Yeah, feeling good about this. It's kind of cool. Let's see what it looks like on... Yeah, there's just a flag there now. So we officially have it marked as the pole too, which is actually kind of cool. Because I can get a quick reference on the map that way. So that's pretty much most of the features. This wasn't a huge update that they did here today. Like I said, there's those wheels that I didn't show because I forgot about them. And some other crap, but that pretty much is the gist of everything that they added. Flags are very cool. I'm very happy about the sorting options in the tracking center. That's going to make life a lot easier, especially that debris gets all sorted out. It's going to be much easier to find stuff. It kind of renders that haystack mod a little bit redundant because you can filter stuff a little bit. So I'm happy about that. The new seats are going to be fun for sure. I like the new command pod as well. It's good times pretty much. The flag counts as an object that I can go to too, so I can look at this spot at any point, I guess, in the future. Anywhere I put a flag, I can select it, and I didn't think of that. I can control the quote-unquote flight and actually have a look at it. That's kind of neat. That is definitely kind of neat. Anywho, I do have some episodes that I recorded earlier that are in point 119, and I'll probably be doing a few more episodes using that because basically a lot of my mods are still not either they're not functional or they're not fully functional at this point. So I want to get everything like up and running correctly before I do that stuff. I like being at the pole too because if you can watch the sun, just look at this. This planet doesn't have it doesn't have any inclination like the Earth. Like it doesn't have a little bit of a wobble in its orbit. So it is just always light here. The sun goes perfectly around us. It's kind of funny. But anyway, guys, I will catch you in the next episode, and thanks for watching. I got a long drive ahead of me here.